In traditional military doctrine, destroying an enemy force often comes down to a single, high-stakes objective, a decapitation strike. The logic is straightforward. Remove the top leadership, and the entire organization collapses under its own weight. For decades, Western analysts applied this exact, rigid, top-down model to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and specifically its Foreign Operations Branch, the Quds Force. In 2020, this decapitation theory faced its ultimate real-world test. The assassination of General Qasem Soleimani removed the undisputed figurehead at the very top of that perceived pyramid. Yet, despite losing its most vital and charismatic leader, the Quds Force's operational capacity did not shatter. Their proxy networks continued to function, expand, and execute complex operations. Standard military logic suggests a collapse that never happened. This persistence points toward a structural design that operates outside traditional command hierarchies. The Quds Force operates not as a conventional army, but as a vast syndicate. It is a dense network of economic cartels, political operations, and independent military factions. Internal documents detail a structural evolution driving this resilience, defined in their doctrine as Strategy 2026. While a traditional hierarchy fails the moment its command center is struck, Strategy 2026 employs a decentralized mosaic defense network. The core mechanical advantage of this model is autonomy. Each unit has the localized authority to execute its mandate. This structural shift has a specific goal: creating a system that can absorb the loss of its highest commanders without losing its capacity to act. A central command structure does still exist at the heart of this web. Following Soleimani's death, General Esmail Qaani stepped in as the network's public-facing commander. His inner circle of deputies, however, reveals the organization's true focus. These individuals are drawn heavily from intelligence backgrounds, statecraft, and strategic planning, rather than strictly battlefield command. Under the Mosaic model, these top figures do not micromanage tactical operations. They act as strategic coordinators, establishing broader policy and building consensus among the various factions. To see where the actual warfare is waged, we have to look away from headquarters and examine how operational power has been pushed outward to the edges of the network. This outward power rests in 5 distinct regional headquarters, known internally as geographic desks. First is the Iraq Desk, or Ramadan headquarters. Its primary mandate is deep political and economic penetration within the Iraqi state. Next is the Levant Desk. This unit manages the Syrian theater and maintains a constant pipeline of strategic support for Hezbollah. The Palestine Desk handles a much more specialized portfolio. It provides direct technical and weapons backing to groups like Hamas and Islamic Jihad. The Yemen Desk focuses almost entirely on advanced hardware. Its objective is the direct transfer of drone and ballistic missile technology to Ansar Allah. The desks convert high-level strategy into tactical hardware, such as these specialized drones mounted on mobile stands. Finally, the Afghanistan Desk, or Ansar Headquarters, manages proxy divisions like the Fatimiyun, while simultaneously monitoring regional shifts and border threats. The operational reality of these desks requires constant, on-the-ground coordination. You'll see specialized operatives walking side by side with local armed factions and political figures. By granting these regional commands deep local focus and autonomy, each desk essentially functions as a highly tailored shadow government for its designated theater. For these geographic shadow states to function independently, they require continuous resources. This is where the transnational units come in. Unit 190 is the physical logistics arm. They secure and manage covert air and sea routes to move weaponry and critical supplies undetected. Parallel to the weapons is Unit 500, the network's financial engine. They rely on complex webs of front companies and currency exchanges to bypass international sanctions, ensuring every desk has an independent operating budget. Then there are the intelligence and kinetic action arms, Units 840 and 400. Unit 840 maps the globe to identify viable targets, while Unit 400 steps in to design and execute highly sensitive operations. Unlike the regional proxy warfare, these specific units project force well outside the Middle East, conducting espionage and kinetic actions in foreign capitals. These transnational teams act as the circulatory system. They pump untraceable cash, hardware, and raw target intelligence directly into the hands of the local geographic desks. Let's view the complete architecture in motion. The true mechanism of Strategy 2026 is visible here: direct, independent pipelines. Notice the flow of resources. They bypass the central command node completely. In a standard military hierarchy, all intelligence reports and operational budgets must funnel up to a vulnerable top commander for approval and distribution. This bypass mechanism ensures every geographic desk possesses its own dedicated intelligence feed and its own funding. They can sustain localized warfare indefinitely, without ever needing an order from the top. The internal logic driving this design assumes a future of persistent, decentralized combat. It is a direct response to severe ideological pushback and intense domestic threats. Against internal and external pressure, raw survival has become the ultimate metric of their organizational design. If a commander falls, the mosaic network does not break. The system simply signals the surrounding, fully funded nodes to reroute their resources and continue the mission. Neutralizing the Quds force is no longer a matter of a single precise strike. It requires the slow, methodical dismantling of an entire self-sustaining ecosystem of shadow states.